We know the future timeline was a horrible place. It was a place of darkness, grief, and pain. One of the characters that tried to change everything was Bulma. She even built a time machine to try to change the future. Unfortunately, it didn't, and she spent a great part of her life living in the shadows. Today, we are looking at the entire life of future Bulma. Hey, how's it going? My name is Raf, and welcome to Dragon Ball Code. And today we're going to explain future Bulma's entire life. And if this is your first time here and you like Dragon Ball content, consider subscribing because this channel is all about Dragon Ball. So let's begin. Future Bulma was born in age 733 to future Dr. Brief and future Panchi. Dr. Brief is the genius who created the capsules. After this, he became rich and famous and founded Capsule Corp. Panchi was a very happy woman that never seemed to age. From a very young age, Bulma was considered a prodigy for being super smart. She even designed her own laser gun at a young age. Around the same time, when she was 5 years old, she met Jaco, the Galactic Patrolman, for the first time. She went to school and finished it by the time she was 16. One day, while she was in her basement, she discovered that there was a strange ball with 2 stars on it. This was the 2-star Dragon Ball, and this was the first Dragon Ball that she ever saw. After finding out what it was and how it worked, she created a radar to be able to find the remaining 6. So she sets out on an adventure to look for all of them. She wanted to collect them, summon the dragon, and wish for an unlimited supply of strawberries. Later, her wish became that she wanted a boyfriend. While on the adventure, she met a strange boy with a tail. This was Goku. She found out that Goku had the 4-star Dragon Ball, and Goku ended up joining her to look for the rest. As her adventure continued, it got crazier and crazier, but she started to collect the rest of the Dragon Balls. Along with that came a bunch of new friends, including Yamcha, who later became her boyfriend. After they collected all the Dragon Balls, Emperor Pilaf stole them. Then he summoned the dragon, and at this point, Bulma lost her wish. But so did Pilaf when Oolong wished for panties. She was very disappointed, but she had Yamcha, so they began dating. As time kept passing, she continued to join Goku and the others on their adventures, and most of these were very dangerous, but she managed to survive. After Goku defeated Piccolo Jr. in the tournament, they parted ways for a while. 5 years later, they reunited again, and she found out that Goku had a child, and this child was Gohan. During this visit, a strange man approached them with very bad intentions. It was a man with very long black hair. It turned out that Goku was an alien, and he had a brother. This was Raditz. Raditz kidnapped Gohan, and Bulma was very scared. Goku then decided to join forces with Piccolo to defeat Raditz, and they left. She was left very confused, and she and the others decided to follow Goku and Piccolo, but when they got there, it was too late. Both Goku and Raditz were down. Piccolo was the only one standing, and he took Gohan so that he could train him. While this was going on, something caught Bulma's attention. It was the scouter that Raditz was using. She took it and modified it so that it could display power levels in numbers that they could understand. The next year, Earth was attacked again by 2 other Saiyans, Vegeta and Nappa. And Yamcha was the first one to die. She watched it all happen in live television. After the intense battle, it finally ended at the cost of many of the Z-Fighters' lives. Since Piccolo was one of these that had died, they needed to find a way to bring back the Dragon Balls, and so the adventure to planet Namek started. Bulma, Krillin, and Gohan began the journey to this new planet to get the Dragon Balls. Little did they know that a bunch of bad guys were also trying to get the Dragon Balls on the planet. When they arrived, to protect her from danger, Krillin and Gohan left her in a nearby cave. She stayed there for the duration of their stay in Namek. But she wasn't gonna sit in the dirt. She brought with her a capsule house so that she could be comfortable. All the events of Namek take place, and suddenly there was an earthquake and a huge rock fell from the top while she was standing right under it. She was about to be crushed when suddenly Gohan appeared out of nowhere and saved her life. She had no idea what was going on, and the next thing she knows, she is teleported back to Earth along with every other living thing on planet Namek, except for Goku and Frieza. Here she finds out what really happened. Everyone thought that Goku was dead. Since the Namekians nor Vegeta had a place to stay, she offered them to let them stay at Capsule Corp. For the next few months, while they waited for the Dragon Balls to regenerate, Bulma had them all as guests in her house. With the Dragon Balls, they managed to bring the people that had died back, except for Goku because he was never dead. They tried to bring him back home, but he refused and said that he was going to come back on his own. After this, another 2 years passed, but during this time, she started dating Vegeta out of all people. There was something about him that she was attracted to. One day, it was all bad news. They found out that Frieza had arrived on Earth and everyone head out to the location where Frieza was, even Bulma. She had spent all that time in Namek and she never saw him once. Everyone was terrified, but suddenly Goku appeared and took care of Frieza, his father who was also there, and his men. He had learned an ability that allowed him to teleport. Everyone was saved and they continued with their lives. Bulma and Vegeta got serious, got married, and they had a child together. His name was Trunks. From here, everything went downhill. Suddenly, Goku suffers a heart virus and dies. This took everyone by surprise. Following their grief for Goku, the next year, 2 androids appeared. These were merciless killing machines. The Z Fighters went on to fight, but they didn't stand a chance. At the same time, Bulma grabbed baby Trunks, picked up Gohan, who had escaped the battle, and they tried to collect the Dragon Balls to save everyone. But it was too late. Piccolo died and the Dragon Balls went with him. There was nothing they could do, so they went into hiding. Gohan also lost his family, so he stayed with Bulma. Time kept passing and she took care of the boys while the boys trained to get stronger. But one day, Gohan was also killed by the androids. She couldn't take it anymore, so she decided to build a time machine. That way they could go to the past, change it, and change the future. When she finished the time machine, she sent Trunks to the past. Unfortunately, this didn't change the future. A year later, Trunks decided to go back to the past and help them with the androids. When he came back to the future, he had become so strong that he was able to take out the future androids and future Cell. Bulma was relieved after so many years. Years later, another threat came to Earth, Babidi and Dabura. Once again, she was terrified, but Trunks was able to defeat them before they could release a bigger threat, Majin Buu. Peace came back, but quickly went away again. A man named Black appeared. He was even worse than the androids. He wanted to exterminate every mortal in the planet, so they had to go back into hiding. As she didn't see any other option, she came up with the idea of getting help from Goku and Vegeta from the past. So she worked day and night trying to create fuel for a one-way trip to the past. When she was done, she left a notebook with all the information on how to make fuel for the time machine and how to build a better one. She did this so that the Bulma in the past could make some fuel so that the guys could return to the future. Suddenly, Black appeared and destroyed her lab. He grabbed Bulma, and at this moment she sacrificed herself so that Trunks could escape, and Black killed her with a blast. She vanished from Earth, leaving her son heartbroken. And that's the entire life of future Bulma. Very sad. And if you enjoy this and you would like to support my channel, please check out my Patreon page in the description below. And of course, if you like Dragon Ball content, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can get notifications whenever I post a new video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later.